Art Pavillion. I don't know if that means like a museum. I think it's like a museum. Are they open? It's closed due to a severe earthquake damage. Oh my God. I wonder if that's why all of these buildings are like being repaired. Like, because I tried to go to that big church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. That one was closed and it was like all completely scaffolded and covered. This is closed. I wonder if there's anything even open. I wonder, is that what this stuff is about? Well, just like the others, this is the National Museum of Modern Art. And this one is closed too. What a terrible time to come to Zagreb. The Archaeological Museum is also unavailable. Is there anything going to be available? I think the Chocolate Museum is open. The Chocolate Museum. They give you a little box with like tests and you have to try them with each room that you're in. It tells you the story of chocolate. Oh, it's the first time chocolate was used. Or cocoa bean. 1900 BC, 1500 BC, Central America. They would create a foam, pouring it back and forth from dish to dish. And it was called saka. And they would drink it hot. And the Aztecs used the same seasoning, but prefer to drink it cold. It says, I'm now tasting a fermented and dried cacao bean. Doesn't taste anything like chocolate. The food of the gods. I believe that I eat chocolate every single day. I do know there's like 3 main cacao fruits that are used today to make most chocolate. But I think there's like 12 or 17 in total, different actual cacao species. That's what it looks like. The cacao fruit and then the seeds are these inside of that. The birthplace of chocolate was modern day Mexico. A word of warning. Before you taste it, this is not a sweet chocolate treat, so be expected. Ooh, yuck. Tastes like chocolate just without any sugar or cream at all. It's just completely ground smooth cocoa bean. Chocolate has spread around the world largely owing to the influence of the Catholic Church. I guess they did one good thing in their existence. 16,000 priests who found their own plantations. Oh my lord. But of course, they had Portuguese slaves. This is crazy. This must be when white people got chocolate. You are now tasting Belgian chocolate. 80% cacao without added milk. A little bit sweeter now and actually really, really good taste. Of course it pairs well with wine. Everything with white people pairs well with wine. Coronation chocolates, of course. They were brought immediately into the church and used for coronation of kings and royalty and church people. By its very definition, chocolate was a drink enjoyed by high society. Of course it had to be imported from overseas. Regular people probably couldn't afford it. If they could, I mean, they were not high society if they could afford it. If that makes sense. So if you don't know, back in the day, they used to think the bodies, like health-wise, was made up of what's called the 4 humors, which is the black bile, phlegm, blood, and yellow bile. And you had to keep them in balance, and like they would even bleed people and do crazy shit just to keep their 4 humors in balance. But it says here, chocolate generally wasn't believed to have cured, but it may have made their day. Yeah, I'm very sick and ill and dying, but thank you for the chocolate. What is a cocoa bean? Yeah, see, white chocolate is just the cacao butter. They take out the actual cocoa butter, cacao. Explore your... Do I smell? I don't... Oh, I'm supposed to guess. Well, this is supposed to be vanilla. Yeah, that's vanilla. I'm not gonna check. Or hazelnut. Coffee. Oh, I know that smell. Strawberry. I don't know. That's chocolate. And my favorite, actually, my favorite chocolate doesn't have any cocoa. Friggin' chocolate flavor. Way more powerful than our chocolate at home. Savoring station. You are now tasting Belgian milk chocolate with a minimum of 40.7% cacao. I don't know when to use the word cacao and when to use the word cocoa. I got two more. As of the 19th and 20th centuries, 18 and 1900s, for the first time in solid bars. That's when pralines appeared. A Dutch family have invented a machine that can separate cocoa butter, cacao butter from dry matter and develop a process for treating cacao with alkaline salts. England molded the first chocolate bar, and then Daniel Peter in Switzerland uses Nestle's powdered milk to produce the first chocolate milk. Oh no, the first milk chocolate. I know about this. There was a guy, that's what we just saw on the bike. They used to have these rollers that would roll the cacao beans, cocoa beans, and start making how do you call it? Mixing up the liquids and the solids to make a liquid chocolate, because the first chocolate was gritty. You could taste the grits of the bean. And then this guy, he forgot to turn off his grinder machine over the weekend or overnight or something. See, owing to his forgetfulness, this guy accidentally discovers the conching process that cancels out bitterness and acidity in the chocolate and making it creamy, because it was just grinding all night or all weekend or something. And he came back and it was grinding for so long. I didn't know that's why Toblerone is famous. It was one of the first big chocolate bars. Do you want to try it? Why not? I'm going to try it. White chocolate. My chocolate used to be called fake chocolate, but it's still made out of the cocoa bean. Paired beautifully with sour apples and fruit beer. Gross. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, bye.
Nicola Tesla. He was Croatian. He is Croatian. The sun went away. I hope it comes back. The prepaid SIM cards here only last for 10 days. So I had to buy, you could buy them in advance. So I bought all three at once. It was only 34 euros for 30 days worth, 10 days at a time. So what is that, 11 euros? Unlimited data, 2,000 minutes. That's not bad. Here's another museum I really wanted to see. But if you can't tell, it is also closed. I'm totally screwed. Nikola Tesla is Croatian, was Croatian. So there's a few museums here. I think these are just generally old things from around Nikola Tesla's time. Like when he was alive. Yeah, it was a wine press. Huge steam engine. All the technology of the past was so huge and brutal. Like, they absolutely forced their way into making it work. Centrifugal suction pump. I wonder what it was suctioning. 25.7 kilowatts. 25.7 kilowatts in horsepower.
The answer is 34.94 horsepower.
That whole huge thing for 35 horsepower. 500 horsepower. Oh my god, look at this turbo. Huge. That's Japanning. That has to be Japanning. That type of surface. Huge old lathe. See, here's the work. Cutting an Acme thread. What I don't understand is how they would have made the first lathe to make more lathes. Oh, wild. Oh, I thought for a second I thought that was like a real person. What the heck? 3-seater motorcycle. Puny little tank. Italian 1935. Oh, it went 42 kilometers an hour. Look at this perfectly cut gears. See those? They're like curved. I don't know how they cut those back then. No track pads, it's just a huge chain. See, this is what I meant by track pads. Those are track pads. There's nothing on there. It's like a snowmobile. Friggin' fan powered. This museum is funny. It's like the Nikola Tesla Museum, but like it just has everything. Fossils. There might be a point to it and I just don't understand it, but it doesn't look like it. Whoa. That is a freaking cool device. I don't know what it does though. I think it's a drill, because there's some drill bits here. Up here it's all about the next technologies of electricity, wind and solar, and hydro. Maybe that's what Nicola used to get high. Reminds me of work. Feels like I'm right back at the mine. I think the museum is just called the Nikola Tesla Museum, but it's just a general history museum.
This is the next one, and this is the left one. This one is for the left, and those two are somewhat louder for some dangerous situation or for the end of the shift.
I said, with DC current assist we lost about 80%, but on the rotor about 82%, but it was the best the time. On the left hand, connect here, no worry, the priest is here. Good. If you sure is going outside, it's nice to meet you. Adios. Okay, we are ready. So it's a 100,000 watt desktop and so on. So you see, going outside, not inside. Please, the cloud should just fall like okay, now you can put your hand like this on this page, not a finger but a hand. That is okay? Your house.
What a fun museum. But I just seen that they have vegan McDonald's here like in Ireland, so I'm gonna go get some vegan McDonald's. One long freaking walk, 35-minute walk, I'm finally at the vegan McDonald's. Weird they got drive-thru here. I've never seen drive-thru in Europe. They do. Veggie burger. Crispy veggie. McWrap veggie. Let's try all three. This one has to be. One of them has. This one's the vegan one. It tastes like McDonald's, which is pretty good. Small, cheap. I don't know what you'd expect from that McVegan. The McVeggie or something like that. The crispy veggie burger. Ooh, it has like spicy mayo, 2 pieces of Gouda. The bun is so deluxe. I actually like the other one better. It just tastes better the other one. The cheese is better, the bun is better, but the other one actually tastes better. But I do want to eat more of this one, so actually it was pretty good. It's just the vegan patty inside. So boring. All the museums I wanted to see are all closed. The art museum I wanted to see, the art pavilion, the main building of the whole city, closed. The city isn't that physically huge, I think. Tomorrow I'm gonna see Upper Zagreb. All the old churches, they have to be open. Otherwise, like, I will have not seen anything. This is so good, oh my god. After yesterday's complete failure at exploring Lower Town, I'm hoping today in Upper Town will be a bit better. I think so. There's a bit more to see in the first place. So even if a few are unavailable, there's probably going to be more. But I'm still 2 hours late. During World War II, the Croatian army, the Ustaša, built these bomb shelters that are under Upper Town. That's where I'm going. And these were bomb shelters and tunnels to get around the city. And they're still here. They were abandoned for a long time. They were used by squatters for a long time. And they were used for big rave parties and stuff. These tunnels are huge. And I wish we had them at home. I don't even know what exit I gotta get out of. There's public bathrooms down here. That's one wild thing for me, because like at home we have nothing about World War II. No, we have like one museum. Really? Here it's like built in. See, they're just these creepy old entrances. I'm lost. It's so green and lush. It's like 20 degrees out. Oh, my legs are so tired from walking all day yesterday. I'll be traveling through Croatia for 1 month. Oh, my legs better get used to all the walking. So much graffiti. Damn, it really is upper town. Every day that cannon goes off at 12 o'clock. That tower is actually what guarded that gate that we saw earlier, the Christian gate, the stone gate, one of the gates for the fortified city. That tower guarded that gate. I guess this building was affected by the earthquake too, must have been. Unless it's like some type of routine maintenance. Look at that roof. I believe that's the coat of arms of Croatia and Dalmatia. And that's the coat of arms for Zagreb. Or the other way around. I wonder what the roof is even made out of. It's freaking huge though, you could tell by the many stories of scaffolding there. I don't know what the 1841 means. It was built in the 13th century. 1200s. Freaking wild. And it's very close to the tower that we were just at. And of course, the main building, the Zagreb Cathedral, is closed. The exact grounds that this church is exactly built on has been inhabited by a church since the 11th century. But they all broke down due to earthquakes and fires. Like it's happening right now, like an earthquake sort of destroyed it right now. At least I think that's what happened. But this church has been here since 1906. It's hard to make it translate into video how big it is. Like this crane, and that's all scaffolding. You could tell right there, that's like one layer of scaffolding. There's 3 up there, 3 stories of scaffolding. So just an example of how gargantuan it is. I should have just stayed up there. Creepy place. Been walking around in circles looking for the Museum of Broken Relationships. Here's the freaking tower where I was like an hour ago. It's right here. Oh my god. Museum of Broken Relationships is a traveling exhibition revolving around the concept of failed relationships and their ruin. Neat little museum. Not that much stuff in there actually. There is one more museum I want to check out if they're even open. Is this the... Yeah, it is. The Zagreb City Museum. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I was just talking to the guy. He said there was an earthquake 3 years ago, and that everything has been closed for 3 years. So, in all my studying of this country, nowhere said everything is closed, which kind of sucks. And he said, cameras aren't allowed, but I could go. So, that's pretty cool. This is the Museum of Zagreb. So it must be the history of the city, as they were renovating this building in the 90s. guess they were digging underneath the building and they found 3 entirely wooden medieval buildings. Where we are now in Upper Town was inhabited the 8th century BC. And it was inhabited until the end of the 6th century. Wild. I wonder what happened after the 6th century. What a cool exhibit. Showing what life was like back then. Clay floor. I do know that it is not known where the name Zagreb came from, but here's the first recorded use of it, and it's proof that the religious leaders back then were not religious leaders, they were military generals. This guy inherited Croatia and founded Zagreb. Bishopric? Never seen that word before. Placed under the jurisdiction of the Hungarian Archbishop. His aim was to link Hungary with Rome via Croatia, thus Zagreb became another station on the pilgrim's route from Western Europe to the Holy Land at the time when Pope Urban II was mobilizing Europe for the First Crusade Wars. I don't know if these are recreations, I don't think so. They look like wood, it's almost the same color. That's steel. Looks like one of my sister's kids. I don't know what these are. It's all entirely in Croatian. Deeds or something. That one looks so cool. Whoa. I think these are statues that were in or part of the cathedral. The big one that's closed. Is this the cathedral back then? I think so, but I think now there's the other tower. And then I think these guys were probably these guys. Say age or I don't know what reason they would change them out. I have never seen that before. Carved a book. This museum is so freaking cool. Whoa, look at that door. Creepy things. Look at that guy. Why does Christianity have to be so creepy? This museum is actually really, really cool. I wish I had somebody here that could speak Croatian to teach me all about it. Imagine being able to write like that. What about the Jesus bell from 1835? No way. That can't be real. 1940, 1820. That was made in 1820. Freaking doubt it, man. Did they even have clocks in 1820? I think clocks were just invented they were invented in the Netherlands. When was the pendulum clock invented?
The answer I found is 1656.
No. Yeah, they may have had clocks. I don't know what they used to make it look like gold. This museum is freaking huge. They cover everything. All times of the history of the city, everything the city's ever done. Movies and cartoons and artists. What is this, like brands from Zagreb, maybe? Or just old stuff that people of Zagreb used to like. This town is actually kind of cool. It's not that big though, but I've pretty much already seen everything. if all the things that weren't closed, like the Cathedral and the Art Pavillion and what was the other one? Archaeological Museum. If those weren't closed, I would have literally seen everything. But like you could probably do and see all of Zagreb in for sure 3 days, but 2 days if you're like out all day like I am. Like I go out 8 in the morning and I start my day and usually I'm done by 5. My legs can't take any more walking. Smells good. It's a nice little city. It's kind of expensive actually. Like I can't find any street food that's like Greece is really cheap. Street food there is like, I don't know, between 5 and 10 euros per meal. It's hard here. Everything here is like 15, 20 euros, like the cheapest food I can find. I'm not searching for the cheapest food, but street food is usually the cheapest food. I like this little town. You come across a cool house, it's like this. What's wild is you can have like the nicest area, and then you can have this like totally creepy area where this is probably where you buy drugs at night. Like right beside it. I really love the look of graffiti. That is my favorite color. Turquoise, blue-green. Just add a little tiny bit more blue.